So there are three ways to make banana pudding. The easy way, the good way, and the wrong way. This is the recipe for the good way, which is another recipe from my book, Escape to the Country, and I'm Ben Ashby. So I grew up with a very easy banana pudding. Instant pudding, bananas, wafers, and Cool Whip. It is still such an easy go-to, especially if you have last-minute company. But my favorite one is this recipe, and it's a variation on the Magnolia Bakery, the super decadent, super popular banana pudding that we all love to get and all love to pay $6 or $7 for when we're in New York City. The secret to this recipe, this is a Farmhouse Pottery dish. This entire recipe is cheaper than one single serving of the Magnolia Bakery banana pudding. And then the third way, which is the wrong way, in my opinion, is the baked banana pudding. I'm just not a fan. Banana pudding should be super fresh, super light, and cold. And yes, that typically means having it in the summer months. But it's January, and I'm wanting to share recipes, and it's sunny, and it's 40 outside, so it's practically balmy, and that feels like a good day to have banana pudding. And yes, I know, January is bread pudding season, but we can have multiple interests and multiple likes. And so this recipe starts with vanilla wafers. Some people will use graham crackers for theirs, nothing wrong with that. I'm using a round dish. I find that the vanilla wafers are a lot more simple than, creating a circular edge on rectangular graham crackers. So I am just slicing up bananas, and I'm making a smaller than normal recipe because I'm not having any company and I'm going to New York next week. So this recipe is for, 4 cups of sliced bananas. My publisher changed that. So you're probably gonna cut like 5 bananas. Sliced, however thick, however thin you want. The thinner you want this banana, or the thinner you do, this banana pudding is gonna get mushy really fast. I would recommend thicker bananas. And if you care a ton about presentation, yes, you can toss these before you put them into your dish into some sort of acid, be it lemon juice, pineapple juice, some sort of citrus that's gonna keep the bananas from browning as quickly. Over time, if this lasts a week, they will brown. But this typically serves up pretty fast. So in the bottom of this dish, I'm going to create a layer of wafers. And in my 2 bowls, I've got whipping cream that I have turned into whipped cream. A lot of people will use Cool Whip for this. I'm not a fan of Cool Whip. I just don't like it. So I would rather take heavy whipping cream, put it in my stand mixer, or use my hand mixer, make whipped cream, which is typically just a little bit of vanilla extract, a lot of heavy whipping cream, and a little bit of powdered sugar for stability. Whip that together until it is a pretty stiff peak. If you go too far, you get butter. So is that a terrible thing? I don't think so. And then this other bowl, this is the important part. I have taken, about 4 hours ago before I went to lunch, I took 1.5 cups of very cold ice water, and I mixed it with a can of sweetened condensed milk, and I whisked into that 1 package of vanilla instant pudding. I let that thicken up, and that will be our banana pudding, or that will be our pudding filling in this. So we've got a layer, and then I'm going to use a spoon for this, just for a little bit more ease. And the beauty of this, it doesn't have to be, it can be as messy as you want because it's pudding. It's not fancy. This is the easy side of country entertaining. When I was a kid, banana pudding was one of my favorite foods. My grandfather would typically cook Sunday lunch every week, and banana pudding was always on his roster. And so most of the time, I make his recipe. But if I'm wanting to impress company, I will do this recipe. And so when I was writing the book, I wanted to use this one because it reminds me of my childhood. There is something just inherently Southern about banana pudding. Perhaps because our summers are so humid and hot, we like a cold dessert. I don't know. Could be that simple. I don't know. Okay. And we'll build a couple of layers with this. This is one box of wafers, and we could get about 2 layers out of that. Make this layer of bananas. You know, same principle as lasagna. So this is going to become really repetitive. So I'll see you back after I add these layers. So on top of this, whipped cream, another layer of wafers, pudding, banana, and then we'll do a final layer of whipped cream on top, and we'll make that pretty. So I'll see you back for that. Okay, so I'm not typically one who cares a whole lot about presentation. I want it to be good, I want my food to be very simple, and I want it to be very classic. I want it to feel like it was made in a good Baptist household. So my banana pudding is usually delicious, but I don't go over the top with making it seem all fancy. So I think there's a simplicity that should be maintained in comfort food. And the majority of what I make is comfort food. I don't, make coq au vin like once a year. And I love it, and I love doing it. But I really love making the recipes that I was raised with. The recipes that are from this very small town and are very similar to just about any small town that you go to in the South or in the country or in the Midwest, maybe with a little bit less Jell-O and Jell-O molds, but you know, there you go. That is a banana pudding. That is perfect for the summer, perfect for Sundays, but also perfect for very cold days in January. So again, that is my book, Escape to the Country, right there. And I hope you enjoy it.